All right, let's get started. This is one-step division equations part 2. You probably could do the entire worksheet without even seeing samples if you've already seen part 1. It's pretty straightforward. Feel free to stop when you're feeling confident. Feel free to stop the video, do a whole bunch, restart the video, and check your answers. Again, don't just sit there and stare at the screen while I do all the work, because that's not going to help you get better at math. I want you to be really good at math. And then you can help your friends to be really good at math. And your kids, and your neighbors, pretty much random strangers. Everybody should be good at math. There's my little rant for today. All right, so let's get started. We got j divided by 6 is equal to 2. Remember, a fraction line is just another way of saying division. I put a 6 there, because the inverse of division is multiplication, so we're going to multiply through. Now, I'm going to do this the full way. What you'd actually get is 6j over 6 is equal to 12, but then 6 divided by 6 is going to give you 1j is equal to 12, and then normally you don't write the 1 out in front. But truthfully, we can go from this step right down to that step. But that's the why that it works. So you don't have to put those steps in there. So this one, g over 3.2 is equal to 2.5. I'm going to multiply this side by 3.2, multiply this by 3.2. And I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to bring in the handy dandy calculator. 2.5 times 3.2 is 8. Okay. Scratch my head, that seems weird. I need to check that. So there's my check. So g over 3.2 is equal to 2.5. Remember, always start by rewriting the original equation. Then we plug in our answer. So 8 over 3.2 is 2.5. And then, again, don't just trust it. Use your calculator. 8 divided by 3.2. 2.5, 2.5. So we're good. Ta-da. B times B divided by 0.3 is 25. So 0.3 here, 0.3, B, 25 times 0.03, 7.5. Oh, I messed up. Try that again. I added an extra 0 in there. 25 times 0.3. All right. 7.5. I'm going to just keep my calculator here because I look like I use some big numbers. H over 166 is 200, so multiply by 166. I don't know, but it's going to be big. $33,200. It's okay. If that weirds you out, you know what? Do a check. Math answer can't actually be that big, can it? Well, let's see. H over 166 is 200. 33,200 divided by 166 is 200. 33200 divided by 166. Yep. Again, don't just write 200 down here because you know those two numbers are supposed to be equal. Use your calculator, or I guess you could do long division, and make sure you do it. All right, m divided by 2 is minus 10, so I'm going to multiply by 2. Yes, you can see better. Times 2, times 2, n is equal to minus 20. Watch your signs. So when we're dividing, we can have a negative over there and a negative answer. We're going to multiply by minus 3. Multiply by minus 3. We have put brackets around that because it's look weird. So m is equal to minus 21. Just like when you did the multiplication, you divide by exactly what's there. And if it's a minus, okay, well, do it as a minus. Let's do a check, make sure we're okay. M divided by minus 3 is equal to 7. M, oops. Now I put in my answer. Minus 21 divided by minus 3 is equal to 7. A negative divided by another negative, that's going to give you a positive, because if it comes in pairs, it goes to positive for you. And that's going to give you 7 equals 7. So yeah, it was good. Q divided by 15 is 0.25 times 15 times 15. 0.25 times 15. 2.75. In case you're wondering, my calculator is just, I need to reset it. It automatically gives me an answer in a decimal form, and I just have to hit a button and it'll flip it over to a decimal for me. S divided by 5, 0.05 is 50. So I'll have a check up there. Times 0.05 times 0.05. 50 times 0.05, 2.5. Okay, if you have not turned off your calculator and turned off your video and done a bunch by yourselves, please do it now. Right, you got this. Just go on your own. You can do it. Be brave. Math is for brave people. And people who aren't brave, because you're going to become a good mathematician. It just takes practice. All right, so we're going to multiply with you by 6. Multiply by 6. These ones cancel out. See how much easier it was than the first time we did it up here and I was showing all my work? Much better this way. So A is equal to minus 72. This one's a little bit weird. See that negative 5 on there? I hate when people write negatives down there. The negative should be on top, but that's okay. The question is, this is the way the question is, so we deal with it. Again, once I see a negative, it's like, yeah, just be careful. So when I'm going to multiply, I need to multiply by minus 5. So P, now a negative times a negative, I'm going to put that as positive to remind myself what I'm doing. 0.2. That's nice. Bring my calculator, and if you can't see it, I'll put it over there. 0.2 times minus 5. Oops, I forgot to put my negative in on the 0.2. I know my answer is right, so negative 0.2 times negative 5. Boom, it's 1 plus 1. There. Do I need that? No. That's an understood plus, but because I wanted to remind you that a negative times a negative makes positive, it doesn't hurt anything. Now, k divided by 1 is 2. I can simply write k is equal to 2, because anything divided by 1 is just that item. If you want, you can go like that. Those cancel out, and 2 times 1 is 2. Maybe not a bad thing. Like, don't change the rules unless you absolutely need to. S divided by 50 is 0.05. Multiply through by 50. Multiply through by 50. Feels like we just did this question. 0.05 times 50 is 2.5. Oh, so reverse the one up there. You can also divide by decimals. That's not a big deal. C divided by 4.5 is 2. So times 4.5. C is equal to 9. t divided by 0.025 is 5, so times 0.2. I think that's 1.25, but let's check. 5 times 0.25 y divided by -7 is -8, so I'm going to multiply, careful, -7. I'm going to put that in brackets because otherwise it looks like x minus 7. Multiply -7. So y is equal to 7 times 8, they're both negatives, plus 56. And t divided by 1 is -10. Well, this is the same as this question, but just follow the rules. So t is equal to -10. End of story, but not quite there. Practice. Practice a lot. Practice so you're bored. And then find worksheets where you have a mix of them and just go through them. And if you take the time to learn this now, and then a week from now, practice it again, a couple of weeks after that, you get exams or something coming up, just do a quick practice. You're going to be good. You're going to go from someone who struggles in math to somebody's like, yeah, I got this. I can handle it. And that's what I want you to do.